Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, look how this lighting is perfect. Good morning. It is Thursday and we just came from Target right over there because we had to buy hoodie. It is drizzling, raining today. Oh my goodness, girls, say good morning to my vlog, to our vlog.
Good morning, vlog.
Yay. Me, say good morning. We can't see you. Yay. So so this is Queens and we're at the store. There's a shopping area right over here that we're at. It's raining and we're going to the bus stop, and I'm so excited today. I'm finally going to meet my friend Ryan, and she is one of my, oh my god, I don't even, she has been a subscriber and follower of ours for the longest time, and she also is my moderator on my Facebook group, Discover Natural group. So we get to meet her. We're gonna go on a boat ride, cruise, and all that stuff. So we're excited. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you. And come on and watch it.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Come closer. I'm waiting for the bus. So this is the bus we're taking, the QM2. Rush. This rush hour and all the traffic. So we are on the bus. This is the express bus, and for some reason this bus doesn't accept our Metro card, so we have to pay with credit card. So that's something to keep note of. I think because maybe this is an express bus, we're not sure, but this is the bus. This is Bryant Park, right behind us over there. So the bus just came down. So now we're gonna be turning this time. I'm still drinking a coffee. umbrella. I've had this umbrella since we have to be there by 1 o'clock.
It's right here, but let's.
So our bus is right here. So New York, hey, hey, New York, New York.
We should come here and do second on the moon.
Yeah, we're in front of Bank of America.
We're in front of Bank of America. Ah, look at Pandora. You can go and get me something.
No,
there.
that's just a store.
Ah.
Salesforce Tower.
Ah, it's raining now.
No, this one is Salesforce. This one is Bank of America.
Oh, okay. Anyway, okay. The girls are smarter than us. They're staying in the shade. The bus is very cold. The bus is very, very So we have maybe like 3 hours before our bus, before we go on the
So we
cruise.
get a ticket.
So now,
Ready?
no, they said that we should come at least 30 minutes before, so we can come here, we can just enjoy and relax and walk around. So we want to get here very early. It is, what time is it? What time is it?
10:10.
It's 10:10 right now. So that's the bus that we left. See our bus over there. But the bus was so cold. Is it only me? Is it only me? The bus was really, really cold, you guys. It's still drizzling outside. But yeah, it's beautiful. Did you guys feel cold too? Yeah. Oh, my babies, my girls, and my husband. You guys, this is such a beautiful background. This is so beautiful. Our poor umbrella is broken. Selfie, girls. For biking. Solani, did you break our umbrella? You broke our umbrella. Solani broke our umbrella. I'm looking for a restroom. Hope they have a restroom. They don't have a restroom. Oh no, they don't. This is a subway station. I'm trying to find a restroom. They don't have a restroom. So I got my family. Now that they see that I found the restroom. So the restroom is, you go through this all way into the mall. Hey! Oh. So this is, the mall has so many stores and stuff. So that's cool. So that's one thing. Yeah, thank you. So this is the shops. Oh. See, there was one time we traveled that I actually have a recording of Tola anytime. Find out where the restroom is. Oh, Rolex. You want me to get you a Rolex? That's Ryan. Ah, yes. So this is Ryan.
How do you like
Yeah?
it so far? Is it like
We'll,
stand online?
yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's wait.
They get weird.
Yeah, I gotta record everything. Recording everybody.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. Take a picture.
Okay. I'm the family. I'm the.
I think they have it on.
You guys, this is Ryan. Because you're like, who is that? This is Ryan. How long have we known each other? She's been my subscriber since forever.
Yeah.
And she's also the moderator of Discovering Natural group on Facebook. So I finally
Join the group.
I finally, because you've been saying, when are you coming to New York? When are you coming to New York?
I have. I was like, please come.
I know.
I don't know, but the girls were little.
They were little.
They were little.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So probably like 12 years.
Yeah, I was
probably
gonna
from
say,
the
no, it's more
beginning.
than 10.
Yeah, this is what we're going on. Hey, we're going on a cruise. So yeah, the girls are there. There's a long line. So this is the inside the boat. Yeah. So we're gonna go up. Yeah. There's a ferry by my There's a pigeon. No. And they're birds. We'll be fine. Oh, so when
no red lights on the Hudson River, so you don't have to worry about traffic jam. Level, trees go all the way down to Battery Park, and again a total redevelopment of our water system along our shoreway. Some of the piers have been converted into open recreational areas as well as entertaining areas. Just beyond the pier to the left, we're looking into a new development area.
yeah.
And that is
Oh
the
yeah.
railroad yard. Now, if you look at these new buildings, and in between these new buildings, you see that interesting architecture. Now, people ask me, now around that vessel, you've got shops and restaurants. This is also where the 7 train starts that takes you out to Queens. This is also where the High Line Park starts too, which is an elevated park that takes you along the waterway down to 14th Street. So this is our Hell's Kitchen area, and you're now looking at the Hudson River Yards. Now as we continue going down and you're looking to the left, we're leaving Hell's Kitchen, and we're getting into an area called Chelsea. Now, Chelsea was given that name by a British officer who bought this land from a Dutch farmer, and it's been Chelsea ever since. Today, Chelsea is home to your fashion. Whenever you see magazines like Vanity Fair, Vogue, GQ, and you see the latest fashion coming out of New York City, it is out of Chelsea. They even got a school for fashion in Chelsea called FIT. Now, FIT stands for Fashion Institute of Technology. But FIT also spells fit. And you gotta be fit to be in the fashion industry. I'm afraid I passed that mark a few years ago. I applied for Prada, never heard from them. What can I tell you? But if we look over here, we're also looking at the Chelsea piers. Now today these piers are very much open to the public and they're recreational. Frying pan. If you notice the mast, there's a light on top of the mast. It's not lit now. It's usually lit later on in the evening. Keep looking in Chelsea and you see a lot of the piers that have trees and green space on it. The blue piers coming up, they got swimming pools, bowling lanes, gyms, and restaurants inside of it. Then there's another pier with the big green net around it. That's a driving range where you can hit a bucket of golf balls. So as you see, this is all recreational, geared for the public. And again, a lot of this is open to the public and free to the public. So New York doesn't have to cost a lot of money in areas. So this is all fun to do. Of course, when the weather's a little bit better. Now coming up, we're going to be looking at Pier 54. Pier 54 was once owned by the whites. Came in and docked at Pier 54. And that rescue boat was called the Carpathia. Now what happened was 11 years ago though, Hurricane Sandy came into New York and destroyed a lot of our shoreline, and Pier 54 suffered. So they redeveloped the Pier 54 area and made it into this man-made island that you see coming up. The man-made island is called Little Island. It is built on these concrete columns that open up like tulips to represent our Dutch heritage. At the tip of Little Island, you got a little bit of an amphitheater there. Behind Little Island is where the Chelsea Market is. Now the Chelsea Market is home to the Food Network. But the Chelsea Market used to be the old Nabisco factory. And Nabisco stands for National Biscuit Company. How many people have enjoyed an Oreo cookie? Yay. This is where the Oreo cookie started in the early 1900s at the old Nabisco factory that today is the Chelsea Market. And that's all right behind the island. So this is kind of what we're looking at here in Chelsea. All right, we're moving to Village where the music came out for that time period. When we talk about the 60s and early 70s folk rock, this is where a lot of that was written. People like Bob Dylan lived here, writing songs like Times Are A-Changin'. You had John Lennon living here, Joni Mitchell, she wrote Life at Home, looking at life from both sides now. The Mamas and the Papas writing California Dreaming out during that time period in the 60s and early 70s out of Greenwich Village. Now in 1969, this is also your civil rights movement for the gay and lesbian community called Stonewall. And it's celebrated at the end of June every year with the Pride Parade that has now become an international event. So a little bit about the Greenwich Village area over here to our left. All right, now we're going to look over to the right side on our New Jersey shoreline. And coming up in a moment, we're going to see a big piece of artwork. It is a sculpture of a lady, a bust of a lady, and she has her finger to her lips like she's going shh. The name of that sculpture coming up is called Water Soul. And this decorates the... You'll see this white sculpture coming up called Water Soul. And once again, it's a bust of a lady. Her fingers to her lips. And this is part of the artwork that lines the Hudson River here. All right, now just a little bit of background about the Hudson River that on originally called the New York River because it marked the boundaries of the New Netherlands. However, the Hudson River was renamed after the English explorer that discovered this area, Henry Hudson. And the Hudson River is actually a long river. It goes 300 miles north, past our state capital of Albany. The water of the New York Harbor, and it's known as an ocean estuary. The Hudson River is also the deepest river in the United States.
Coming out.
There are some areas of the Hudson River.
Even if it's for a few minutes. Just to
The
explain.
area that we're sailing on right now is around 60 feet deep. So just a little bit about the Hudson River.
So this is New Jersey.
All right, now we're going to look
Villages are close.
left side again. And we're now getting into an area of Manhattan called Tribeca.
Okay,
And
Tribeca.
Tribeca is nothing more than an acronym. What it means is triangular below Canal Street. After Canal Street, the streets start merging together, creating these little triangular plazas. And this is how it gets its name, Tribeca. As we continue looking to the left, the buildings are getting bigger and taller. That's because we're now coming into where the money is. This is our financial district. This is our Wall Street area. This is also our 9/11 area. Now, when they were rebuilding 9/11, there was talk about another 2 towers going up. Guess what? That never happened. Instead, they built this one tower that we can barely see right now because half of it's covered in clouds. That is called World Trade Center 1. Now, from the base of that tower to the top of the antenna, it is 1,776 feet tall, which is the spirit of 1776, the year of this country's Declaration of Independence. It is currently the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere, and it is the 6th tallest building in the world. Now that's coming up, like I said, half that building you can see, the other half is actually in the clouds. So again, we got a little bit of a dreamy situation today. So this is what we're looking at now.
It's huge. You see it moving into the clouds. You can't even see it.
Now, if you look over to the left and see that little pier with the white canopy over it, that if you get off one of the little ferry boats that you see there, that will take you to 9/11 as well. You'll just walk off that pier and walk straight across, and you're in the 9/11 area. If you ever want to go by water or ferry boats to get to 9/11, you just buy a ticket to one of those little ferries, and they will take you to the 9/11 area. All right, now to the right side on our New Jersey shoreline, coming up, we're going to be looking at a big clock. It is the Colgate clock. Now that clock has been ticking out time since 1921. It's over 100 years old, and it's a landmark in New Jersey. And it's there to constantly remind us that it's time to brush our teeth.
Yeah.
And when you do brush your teeth, make sure you use Colgate toothpaste.
Use Colgate.
So there we have our Colgate clock right up here to the right of us.
You see the lady say shh.
Alright, now coming up, we're going to be looking at a couple of islands to the right. The first island coming up is called Ellis Island. Ellis Island is named after a merchant named Samuel Ellis. However, in 1892, it opened as the largest immigration center in the United States, processing thousands of immigrants coming into this country every day
That's Ellis Island.
until it closed in 1954. Today, it is now part of our National Park Service, and it is open to the public. So Ellis Island coming up here in just a moment. Right after Ellis Island is Liberty Island.
Ryan.
And this is
that's
where Lady
Ellis Island.
Liberty stands today.
Oh,
Now, the Statue of Liberty is a gift from France. The French gave it to us back in 1884. But it took us a few years to put it together. So she officially did not open until 18. Lady Liberty was done by a French engineer, and his name was Gustave Eiffel, the same Eiffel that the tower was named after in Paris. Now from toe to torch, Lady Liberty stands at 150 feet tall. But from her pedestal to her torch, she's 302 feet tall. Now the reason why she's green is she's made out of copper. And over time, copper does oxidize and turns green. This is why Lady Liberty is green. Now if you look to the right, once again there's our Colgate toothpaste clock right there. I mean, nothing is doing it will be LSI. But what I want to do is talk about taking people's people's attention to the back of the boat, and you're going to still see a lot of the details of the building. And if you're a little bit artistic with the camera, it can tops of the building covered in clouds. It gives that dreamy appearance. Days like today can be very creative when you take pictures of sailboats in the harbor. Not so now you see the kind of a dreamy look to the city. By the time you're done with this area, will be along Ellis Island. Architecture in the harbor, and Ellis Island is definitely unique. Now the scaffolding around the building is because they're renovating the outer part of Ellis Island.
So this island is, this one is called what? Ellis Island? Yeah. That's Ellis Island. Immigration Center. And then this is the Statue of Liberty. And this is, yeah, this is how our winter is. Yeah.
23 degrees.
And again, outside
like, we should go. We never went last year.
Oh, I'm getting a nice footage of her.
What people want to see. This makes me think of the Little Mermaid.
And to the right, my yacht is temporarily parked there until I'm done with work.
Say hi, everybody. We have that's the Statue of Liberty. I'm not gonna drop it. I know that camera has been through so much. Yes, it's the one with the tape on it. It still works.
You should wear,
if you want, I'm taking donations. If you want to buy me a new camera, they're laughing at my camera. It's busted. But we've been vlogging since 2014. So
many people.
Yeah. So you guys, look how close. We're so close. Oh my God! Stop copying me.
I'm blocking anyone?
No. Oh, stop blocking me. No, you can't. She's mad. What if she gets close and she's like, Tolani? You know Ghostbusters? When all the statues come alive and stuff.
Oh my God.
Look at her. Oh my God. Oh, let me get it. Oh. Close up. Oh!
I know, I'm like...
Yeah, let me...
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh my God. I know. This one is even more prettier.
And I didn't know?
Yeah.
The captain has changed course and we're heading over to the East River. However, the East River is not a river whatsoever. We only call it that by name only. The East River is actually a part of the Atlantic Ocean that surrounds the Long Island, and it's called Hudson River. So technically, you can actually say that you were out on the Atlantic Ocean for a little bit today. We're heading over to the East River, and again, we only call that a river by name only.
what you got on
champagne
it?
and a can of bug spray.
See, I got 2 brownies.
First night you're
Oh,
there.
awesome. Is it like any
One
other?
brownie.
Any other?
Now, I'm going to
Brownie.
tell you right now, this
Vanilla is
campaign
cool.
has been going on for a
Guys,
few
I wonder if we'll
years,
see my building.
and it's actually expanding.
So this governor,
Look at how many tents are set up
Governor's
now.
Island. Look at the
When it
tent.
first started, it was just a few tents with the main
And they have tents.
circus tent.
You
in the
can
middle.
get a tent.
Now it's
You
becoming
and your
a
boyfriend should
campus
get a
of
tent.
People
Why are there
go,
tents?
sleep,
Yeah,
and enjoy
you can sleep at
a little bit of
Oh, you can?
overnight on Governor's
I
Island.
didn't know that.
So this, once again, is a public park now.
Wow.
The public
That is so
from
cool.
the city.
I'm learning a lot.
Off to the left, we're looking at the tip of Manhattan. Now that is called Battery Park.
My girls got
This is our British colony of New York. This is also our
So now you gotta write down all these
American
places.
capital. So
to go and visit.
whatever happened
You should.
in the past
And it's
that
free.
made New York what it is today started at the tip of Manhattan there, which is now called Battery Park.
So is this your area?
That's what you're looking at to the left.
Don't laugh. I'm turning around. I'm not sure where we are. I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so this is the east side.
Now, right behind, if you look to the right behind Governor's Island, are some tall buildings in the background. You're looking at Brooklyn.
This is Brooklyn.
Called Brooklyn.
Turn around.
So this is some of our
Hey,
Dutch
so the girls were wondering where is
Now,
is it Little
Brooklyn
Africa or
at
Small
one
Africa?
time, during the 1800s,
What they call it?
city from the next back then was by a little ferry boat. And those were often choppy crossings when you talk about the 1800s. However, in 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge opens, and it connects 2 cities at that time. The Brooklyn Bridge connected the city to Brooklyn to the city of New York. Today, it connects 2 boroughs. Now, the Brooklyn Bridge was designed by a German immigrant named John Roebling, and he was a pioneer in steel suspension cables. So we're going to go underneath the Brooklyn Bridge in just a moment. Alrighty, now I want everyone to kind of focus back to the right side. I'm going to point out a movie location to everybody. New York City is one of the most filmed cities in the world. And there's movie locations everywhere, including to the right. If you look at this big gray tower, this is an air vent for some tunnels underneath us. But if you ever saw the movie Men in Black with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, this is where they report to headquarters while looking for that little trinket called Galaxy that was wrapped around that cat's neck. That was kind of a fun movie. The whole galaxy's in this little charm wrapped around a cat's neck. So this was headquarters for the Men in Black. Keep looking to the right. Now we're looking at the Brooklyn area. This is an active maritime area in Brooklyn called
Which
Red
one?
Hook. The cranes are where container ships come in, and the cranes offload the containers or load them. Now, just a little further up is where the big passenger ships dock, like Cunard's Queen Mary. That docks over there too. So a little bit of our naval or maritime history is still active in Brooklyn. And this area is called Red Hook. And from the 16th, 17th, and 1800s, this is where your sailing ships would come into New York City. What you're looking at also is a heliport now. That is normally for tour helicopters that give you a 20-minute bird's eye view of the city. But when the President of the United States comes into town, this is where his helicopter lands, and that is called Marine One. So again, a lot of redevelopment on our South Street Seaport area. Now, a lot of the buildings and areas that you're looking at up ahead are sports bars and restaurants where your Wall Street workers come out for lunch or happy hour after a busy day. So again, South Street Seaport is not the gritty area that it was 50 years ago. Here,
We
it
went
was
to the
very,
movies together for
very
the first time.
earthy.
Oh,
Is probably the best way I could describe that. Today, it's been polished up.
Zach was part of Marine One. Yeah, he flew the president.
wow.
Right at Brooklyn, we've got this shoreline we developed. Now we're going to be going underneath the Brooklyn Bridge in a minute. Once again, it is a landmark in New York. It was built to connect two cities. Today it connects two boroughs. Once again, designed by a German immigrant named John Roebling. So we're going to be going underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Right after the Brooklyn Bridge is another bridge that we're going to be going under shortly. That's the Manhattan Bridge. Now the Manhattan Bridge opened in 1909 to extend the subway service into Brooklyn. Manhattan Bridge, you can very well probably hear a subway crossing right above us. And this is exactly what this bridge was built for. Now off to the right, this is the old Fulton ferry boat landing. Years ago, it was a very busy ferry boat port. Today, it's where you come down and get homemade ice cream. You got a barge there that is called the Riverview Restaurant. So this is where Brooklyners come down and chill and enjoy the park.
We're going under the bridge.
Now we're going underneath the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, this is the Brooklyn Bridge. We're going underneath the Brooklyn Bridge.
This next park here in Brooklyn is called Dumbo.
Wow.
And Dumbo is nothing more than an acronym. You know what Dumbo means?
You're under the bridge.
Down underneath Manhattan Bridge. That's correct. Whoever started.
Okay, what bridge is this?
Manhattan. Shorty. We got Soho. We got
Manhattan.
Becca.
Trains
I can say, let's meet in Soho. We'll go to Tribeca for dinner. And for a late night train.
I think
If you're not in New York,
I know the R train is called.
This is pretty. Manhattan. I like the color.
Which one? Brooklyn Bridge makes it like a Sex and the City.
Which one is what?
The bridge that got hit by
Which? The bridge that got hit by a boat. That's not in New York. That got hit by a boat. It's not Jersey. You know their boat?
This is our
The bridge that they did.
that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Manhattan Bridge was built for the subway system.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta remember 1909, there was not much cars.
Tolani, see the bridges.
Horses, buggies, and
Girls going under the Manhattan Bridge. And I always forget to record myself. So I'm going under the. We're going under the. Oh, we ate the tree. Oh, that's the. Yeah. The bird.
But after World War II, Arizona. And when that was sunk on December 7th,
What bridge is that?
1941, at Pearl Harbor, that officially brought the United States of America into World War II. The second Missouri. In 1940,
This is Williamsburg Bridge.
By
Williamsburg.
now, you get an idea of just how the city is connected
Oh.
by bridges and a couple of tunnels. You got to remember that when you're looking over here to the left side, you're looking at an island. This is the island of Manhattan. On the right side, you're looking at Long
See the
Island.
train. There's a train on that
Brooklyn
bridge.
and Queens is a part of Long Island. So New Yorkers island hop every day. And the only reason why, the only way that we can do this is through the bridges and tunnels. This is why you always leave early when you have to go somewhere. in New York City, because you can go from one island to the next. A good example is your hotel is at Times Square. Well, Times Square is in Manhattan. But you got to go to the airport. And JFK Airport is in Queens, which means it's in Long Island. So you got to leave Manhattan Island and go to Long Island to get your flight. And if there's traffic issues on these bridges or in the streets, you could be tied up for a little bit. So you always leave a little early when you go to places throughout the city. All right, we're now going under the Williamsburg Bridge. Now from this point to the left, normally, we're able to see a great view of the Empire State Building. However, today that view is kind of hazy. The reason why I like the view of the Empire State Building normally on this side is because you can pretty much see the whole length.
I got. Yesterday we stayed in bed all day. It was so nice and watched the basketball. Yeah. And the hotel has
We're going to
bolted.
kind of focus right here, and in a minute we're going to say goodbye to Brooklyn and hello to Queens. There is a road that intersects the East River here. This water inlet that flows into the city, the largest. It has two major airports in it, JFK and LaGuardia. The Mets play in Queens at City Field. In a week from now, the U.S. Open is in Queens, in Flushing Park. And they will have tennis until the middle of September. Professional soccer. I'm glad to see. Oh yeah, my dad.
It has like different apartment buildings.
No baseball on, it would be a golf tournament somewhere.
It's like
Going up for a birdie.
What's the
They're
city?
in Manhattan.
This is Manhattan.
Exciting.
That's Queens over there.
This is Manhattan.
Town Creek on the
This
other
is
side,
Queens.
we're looking at Queens. That is Long Island City. That also has been redeveloped, and all those are new buildings. Fun looking architecture coming into view. And I'd like to talk about
Girls were passing.
They went
Now,
inside.
coming up
They're
on
cold.
the left, you're going to see two boats up ahead parked.
This is crazy.
They're
I didn't
two
know my
kind of
building was on a
mid-sized
pole.
boats, or nice-looking boats. The first boat that you see, you look right behind it, and you see a building, and it looks kind of small right now, but it'll look more shapely when we get up there. But it's a crooked building.
It's not crooked.
It's about as crooked as a dog's hind leg. That is called the copper.
Copper. It used to be called the American Copper.
And for
Okay,
the
which
life
one
of
is
me,
it?
For a while, I could not figure out why the architect made such a crooked-looking building until I did my research. Something bugs you, you gotta find out why. Then there's a midsection that connects both of these buildings. Now, the reason why
So show me which one.
this building
Oh, it's crooked. It is crooked.
because the architect wanted to make the appearance
Okay, well, it is
of
crooked.
these two buildings dancing with each other.
Well, look it up.
And it
There's a
absolutely looks like they're
very
dancing.
similar to
Now the fun part is, normally, when we see the Empire State Building, and we do not see it as well today, we can just see the
Oh, so that's your building there.
The Empire State
You see the building that looks like stairs?
Yeah.
It's the one next to it.
Oh, okay.
It wants to cut in on the dance. Excuse me, can I cut in here on the dance? So this is where we have fun with architecture. And again, now you start seeing all this building, see how weird that looks? But in a minute, it's going to split and look like two buildings. One building a little bit taller than the other, like a partner when you dance. You always got one partner a little bit taller than the other.
Oh, yeah.
Unless
See
the
it
other
splitting.
partner's wearing high shoes or something.
look at this building. Yeah.
Now you see where it's dividing into two buildings.
Oh.
Right over here. And then you're going to see a midsection. And that midsection actually looks like they're embracing each other while dancing.
See?
The Empire State Building is sneaking up
It goes right in between it.
to try to take over the dance, but we cannot see it
that's
because
cool.
it's cloudy today. So the two buildings are not going to be bothered by the Empire State Building because the Empire State Building is shrouded in mystery.
So that means this happens all the time and I don't know it. I'm
Now
like,
you see all the two buildings. These are luxury apartments, by the way, called the Copper Building.
you can't. My
And now you can kind of get the impression
so I can see the
of where this is going. How they look like two buildings are actually dancing each other.
Oh, I see. That's so
I love the
cute.
architecture.
Oh, that's cute.
It is
It's as if they're
very
holding each other. They're
Again, I
hugging.
was so puzzled at what the God until I looked at it and looked, and there you have the dancing buildings. And there's the bottom part of the Empire State Building that just went by. Now another favorite of mine, but that's pretty well known at the top, is the Chrysler Building coming up. Built in 1930, it was the world's tallest building for 1 year before the Empire State Building took
That's the Empire State Building.
named after
No,
Walter
it's in between
Chrysler.
there, but you
When?
can't really see
Oh, you
it.
can't see it. Oh,
You can't see it because of the.
oh
By
okay.
an architect.
Oh, okay. So which one is this? What's that?
I don't know, maybe
And there you
Chrysler
see a little
Building?
bit more.
Oh,
of the
okay.
concept
So as we
of
go
Chrysler
up, we're gonna pass the
Building. Just
UN.
can't see the
Oh,
needle
okay.
top because of the clouds. Also coming up to the left,
That's the UN.
right on
Oh,
the
okay.
center line, is
Which one
the
is the
United
UN?
Nations with the big
Oh, that looks like just this one.
Looks like a rectangle.
Oh,
So
rectangle. Okay,
that is
that's
our
the UN.
United Nations.
United
I'll have to
Nations.
come see you guys.
Oh,
We got the UN, we got the Chrysler
This is the
Building.
United Nations.
Also did St. Patrick's Cathedral on Fifth Avenue. It's also been called, there wasn't enough
Yeah.
names, they renamed it a few months
yeah, this is
ago
the
after one of our
this is the bridge they use for
heirs,
King Kong.
the Edward Cup.
Oh, this is one they use for King Kong.
We got
Yes.
three
Oh.
names for
So
one
that little
bridge.
tram, I
Yeah.
What's the name of this bridge?
I
don't
just
know.
keep it simple.
59th.
But he said Edward Kong.
Remember the King
But
Kong
this
now
is
went to
what
Yeah.
Empire State?
Now,
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about aliases, huh?
But there's never anything on it. And the trams are not moving, but you see the little thing for the trams? I would live here.
So what just amazes me is that all these properties may belong to one company.
Yeah, see now.
By one.
They wrote it over there. They wrote it over there.
Owned by one.
Hey, girls.
So when I
Girls.
We'll turn the
Oh,
boat
little kids.
and we'll
Yeah.
head back the other
Oh,
way.
yeah, this is a fake lady in livery. You have they had it a lot of things.
So again, we got a lot coming up here in just a minute.
It literally looks like it.
All right, now if we look to the left and you see the park coming into view, it's at the end of the park where the mayor's.
So with the yellow house is what?
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, Macy's, okay.
Harlem gets its name from the Dutch.
Oh.
There is a town in Holland called Harlem. And so this is where the name comes from, our Dutch ancestors. However, the Harlem that we period, which featured African American culture in the limelight. Great things like music and comedy, fashion and poetry and literature.
This side.
And so it is with this intent that I'm going to talk about Harlem during the Harlem Renaissance period. In the 1920s, two clubs opened up, and they were called the Cotton Club and the Three Deuces. These were led by legendary band leaders like Duke Ellington and Cab Calloway. A lot of the musicians came in from New Orleans, and people sang jazz as they drank bootleg liquor during the Prohibition period of the 1920s. In the 1930s, the Apollo Theater opens and features amateur night. And the legends that have come out of the Apollo are just too long to list every one of them. But I will give you a sampling. When we talk about comedy, going as far back as people called Icon Stadium. Now this looks like a little park stadium. But boy, is it much.
Very low income household. They have to keep the lights on at night because there's like the
Now,
crime rate.
Mr. Gronk made his fortune with the Dutch in trade and murder in the 1960s. That's right.
Looks like they made the clearance just for the boat. I don't know why they put it there. Is that where they just wrap or maybe they just put them?
Yeah. Where is this?
Oh, this has
Who's waving at you?
that man up there, he looks scared.
Which man? Oh my God, there's a man up there. There's a man up
Maybe
there.
he needs help. Isn't it?
Oldest bridge in the city. Wow. It's the lowest bridge. Oh my God, this is the lowest bridge. Ah. Girls, stand up. Can you reach it? Can you touch it? That's that.
And the many colorful characters that are portrayed in his description, in his stories. Now, when that was released in 1819, there was an 8-year-old boy in London who would read this book cover to cover. He loved it. One of Washington Irving's brothers, his first name
Where is this?
is Ebenezer.
We're like very young.
Where have we
Yonkers.
heard the name Ebenezer? So again, when we talk all about, all right. To the left, you see a stone square tower coming out of the trees. That's
George Washington
and
Bridge,
it is a
2
working
levels.
lighthouse. You'll see a little blinking red light, very small, but it does work. And we'll be looking at the little red lighthouse. Now, when I think of kids back in the 1930s, what comes to my mind is the Little Rascals.
That's a small lighthouse.
I was expecting something bigger.
Me too.
Like a
Like the Statue of Liberty.
little red lighthouse. Oh, so cute. All done. We're back on shore. Thank you so much. Okay guys, so we are done with the cruise. It was so much fun. And did you have fun?
I did!
Yay.
I looked really sad. It was a lot of fun. It was the first time I saw the Empire. I keep calling it Empire State Building. The first time I saw the Statue of Liberty up close. And I've lived here for like
forever.
My whole life.
So yeah, so we're gonna say goodbye to you guys. We'll see you in another vlog. Say bye guys. Bye. See you later. Bye.